Retail arbitrage at Kohl's. That's what this video is going to be about. And as you can tell, if you've been following the channel, it's been an ongoing theme. We've been doing more and more retail arbitrage. Why? Because it's very exciting and it's very interesting to a lot of hustlers. A lot of hustlers want to actually get out there, roll their sleeves up and go out there, get in those stores and find those deals. So we keep going from one store to the next, and we've decided to do Kohl's. It's a store that a lot of people, including me, don't really think about in terms of retail arbitrage. A lot of times we may be doing it online. You know what? It's a great experience. I plan on doing more, and I encourage you to do the same. So in this video, we're going to talk about the things that you need to be thinking about, what you need to be looking at, and how you can work outside of the box and walk out of there with some real deals. We're going to talk about what are the advantages of retail arbitrage versus online arbitrage. We're going to show my numbers so that we can see how I'm doing lately. It's important. We're going to talk about my actual profits. That's something I don't always get into, but today we're going to get into that. And guess what? Guess what? Not only are we going to talk about retail arbitrage, we're going to talk about how you can use the software tactical arbitrage. You guys know, if you come here, all roads lead to tactical arbitrage. That's great. But if you have the software, you're paying for the software, do you necessarily have to use it for online arbitrage? No, you don't. I'm going to show you how you can be using tactical arbitrage to do retail arbitrage. You know what that's going to do? When you walk into the store, you already have some sort of plan. Things are going to change, you know that. But walking in with a plan of action, where you're going, what you're doing, it makes a difference. So you're not just sort of wandering around. So yeah, let's get into it, guys. This is what to sell on Amazon. I'm Horace. Let's go. All right, guys, we're in the parking lot. If you look over my shoulder, it's kind of blocking, that tree is blocking the sign, but I'm at Kohl's. We're going to go in, and yeah, I forgot the list that I wrote out. So yeah, we're going to have to go off of memory, or remember, I talk a lot about using tactical arbitrage right in your phone. There is no app, but you can use your browser. And if I have to do that, I will. But I think I can remember. And, you know, you got to understand, a lot of times what you're getting is an idea, some things that you might want to think about when you go in there so that you have some idea of where to get started. From there, guys, you just don't know where you're going to end up. You've seen it in my other videos. So let's get in there and let's see what we can bring back to the mystery van. Okay, guys, so I'm done at Kohl's. We're going to take a look at the little bit that I got. I didn't get that much, but it's okay. I got some things, and before we head over to the controls to really see how I did, let's just take a quick look at our bags. I'm going to do my best not to be all over the place because my producer Jim is going to jump on me. So I got a couple of these Nike backpacks, and mind you, these were on clearance. We'll get into that, but mind you, I didn't come here for that. Little something for me. And here's another backpack that was on sale from Adidas. Now, don't worry. If you're not approved for these things, guys, listen to what I'm about to tell you. You know, you used to hear people always talking, oh, I'm gated in this, I'm gated in that. We do every week, we do a live Zoom meeting. And I'm just amazed at how these guys are just getting approved for everything. Things that I'm not approved in. Things like Lego, things like that. You know, I don't particularly like for newbies to focus on that, but I'm here to tell you, do not feel as though, oh, he's talking about Nike, he's talking about Adidas, and I'm not approved for those. You can get approved for those very, very easy. If you're not connected with me, you're going to want to do that because you're not getting invited to my Zoom meetings unless you're connected. But just to continue moving on nice and slow here, I got a couple of these Nike shorts And then watch this. I got a couple of these old man shoes from Nike. And this is what they look like. Now, one thing I did, I'm going to tell you right now. I went ahead and I got one with a box that's pretty beat up. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that, but I needed that box because in order to prove, in case you get any counterfeit claims, you're going to want to take a picture of that label so that you can show Amazon, hey, I got this from a legitimate source, and here's everything that they would need to prove that it's legitimate. Normally, I wouldn't do that. These are new, but this box is beat up. And a lot of people, especially sneaker junkies, they want a nice, pristine box like this one. I'm taking a chance on that because when you get to my level of the game, you can afford to take that kind of risk. This was the last pair that they had that size, and you will see why I went ahead and got them. You could have gotten them online, so you don't have to do this. I could have passed on these. I probably should have, and just got them online, but it's okay. So we're going to get back to the, oh wait, I forgot. We got a couple of these Nike socks. So let's get back to the controls. Let's look at what we got. And remember, this is not about me, guys. This is about you. This is about, you know, what are the types of things that you're going to be doing so that when you get your Amazon business going, your arbitrage business, and you're at Kohl's, when you walk in there, what are you going to do? What are you looking for? Okay, so let's get inside and look over the numbers. Okay, hustlers, thank you for deciding to stick around for this video. We hope to bring value to you. This is what to sell on Amazon. I'm Horace, also known as La Machine, and if you're interested in learning about doing arbitrage, both retail and online, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell notification and make sure that way you don't miss any videos as we continue to pump them out, usually every Friday. Also, hit the like button. If you find value in this video, it really helps, so we appreciate that. Real quick, before we even get off into it, and I'm going to mention this maybe more than once for those who might be interested. If you'd like to be connected with someone that's a little bit further ahead than you, I'm not a guru. I'm a working class hustler like you. I work a regular job, but I do respond, and I do love helping people. I won't charge you. Text the words working class hustler to the number on your screen, and I, not a robot, not artificial intelligence, I will actually respond to you just as soon as I can, get you saved into my contacts, and from that point on, we're connected. What that means for you is that, hey, if you have those quick questions, you know, you might come up to a hurdle or stumbling block. You just want a quick question. You don't need a 2-hour consultation, just somebody that you can run a quick question by. I've talked to people who've spent hundreds, if not thousands, on software, on programs, on coaching, on, you know, all types of courses, and they still didn't have direct access through their phone to the creator, to the provider. Okay, if you don't have that, you don't have nothing, because you're going to come across those little questions, and it's just nice to have somebody to that you can reach out to, somebody, a real person. Hustlers, if you've done this, leave a comment. Let them know this is real, okay? This is a real opportunity for you. Take advantage while I'm still able to do it, because I'm growing and I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to. And on that note, if you're a newbie, I mean a brand Nubian, okay? Here's what I already know. You're being, you know, people are marketing to you and they're trying to offer you everything, right? And by everything, what do I mean? I mean courses, coaching, leads list, lead software, private groups. All of these things are good, and all of these things cost a lot of money. So what if there was a solution if you're a newbie, they could give you all of that for a very reasonable price. I'm talking like $3 a day. We have that solution. It's called the Arbitrage Total Training System. So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description, and you can watch the whole little infomercial deal that explains that. So before we go any further, I always forget, and we need to go over what are some of the advantages to retail arbitrage over online, because online arbitrage is good. That's where you go out to stores online and you do your research and you make your purchases, and that's it. There are advantages to that. But we're talking retail arbitrage, and you can see we got everything unpacked, what we got at Kohl's. We're going to get into that, but before we do, let's talk about just a few of the things that make retail arbitrage advantageous for you. So number one, the items that you're sourcing when you go out to a retail store, those items aren't necessarily available in every store, and there's all types of reasons for that. Managers are buying for particular stores based on that market. Eventually, they learn what's popular in that area. So what you may be sourcing at let's say you went to Kohl's. Everything that you see at your Kohl's isn't necessarily at every Kohl's all across America for different reasons. Managers order based on what's popular. Everything could be available, but for some reason, you have it in stock, someone doesn't. For some reason, it may be on clearance in your store and not someone else's, so they don't have the same profit that you could make. I mean, there's all types of reasons, but the bottom line is you can't assume that just because it's in your store, that it's in every store. That's an advantage to you, because now you've just eliminated a lot of competition. Think about this and leave a comment. Do you know what it's like to do online arbitrage? Find a great product, everything looks great, your charts, graphs, numbers, and then by the time you get it sent to you, by the time you prep it, get it out the door, and it gets to Amazon, finally gets inventoried, and then Amazon finally wants to make it available, now the price has tanked because everybody had the same opportunity as you because it was online. Okay? That happens, guys. A lot of times you eliminate that when you do retail arbitrage. Here's another thing. You can sell items faster. Remember what we just talked about? The time it takes for you to source a product online and buy it online, the time it takes for it to get shipped to you, the time it takes for you to prep the product, the time it takes for you to get that product into Amazon's warehouse, the time that it takes for Amazon to finally make that product available. How long does that take? It depends. You have no control of that. When you go retail arbitrage, especially if you're willing to merchant fulfill, you can have that product sold before you even leave the store. Hustlers, leave a comment, let them know, because some of you have done that. Some of you have went out, made a purchase, listed the item right through your app. That could have been the Amazon seller app, it could have been Scoutify, it could have been whatever. And by the time you got home, the product was sold. That's not going to happen with online arbitrage. It's impossible. Here's another thing. Less chance for mistakes and damage during shipping, because it ain't no shipping. So you get to make sure this product is exactly what you ordered. So there's no order, exactly what you want. So there is no mistake. Okay. We live in an imperfect world. You may buy the product from Kohls.com. Kohl's ain't got no control over what happens when the product is in transit. That's UPS. That's FedEx. That's the United States Postal Service. Things get lost, things get damaged, the wrong product, all types of things. Less chance for that when you do retail arbitrage. What else? Some items are not available online. And you've done this. Some of you do online arbitrage. You find a great product and then it says not available for shipping. So you have to go to the store. Good, because now you have another degree of separation. We talk about, in order to do this business that everybody's trying to do, you have to do things that add degrees of separation. And retail arbitrage is a great way to get that degree of separation. Okay. Another thing, while you're shopping in the store, inevitably you're going to come across things that you didn't even think about. That's why a lot of the experts will tell you scan everything, because you never know. You went in there for one thing, you found something else, and it could end up being a replenishable. You just never know. You're looking at the shelves, and the things you see are going to spark ideas. Okay, guys, so now we've covered some of the reasons that you might want to consider retail arbitrage. It's very exciting. It's fun to actually go out there. It's like a treasure hunt. See what you can find. And if your mind is on right, it's rare that you're going to walk out without anything. You just gotta. It can happen, but you just gotta have the right thinking. You got to think outside of the box. So here's what we're going to do at this point, guys. We're going to unpack. We're going to look at the products that we got. But get this. We're going to show how you could use tactical arbitrage to actually be doing your sourcing. Very, very important. I might have mentioned this earlier, but a lot of you are using the software tactical arbitrage. And right away, we usually think online arbitrage. You can use that software for retail arbitrage as well. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to kind of unpack. And as we unpack, we're going to show where we found that product. So let's hop. Here's what we're going to do just for your benefit. We're going to hop over to a quick video that shows how to set up a search. It's not a video. This really isn't to get into tactical arbitrage. We've got videos that show that. And if you want, right now, we're going to just show you. Take the Lightning course. Take the Lightning course part 2. They're right out there in the description. You don't have to go anywhere. Don't have to sign up for nothing. These are YouTube videos on this channel that are going to show you how to quickly be able to set your search up. But I wanted to do it real quick for you, specifically for this video. So we're going to hop over to that real quick just to show you how did I set up my search before I went to Kohl's. That way I would walk in with an idea of what I wanted to start with. That makes a difference. Okay, so let's hop over and watch that quick segment just to show you how I set up that search for Kohl's using the software Tactical Arbitrage. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to do some retail arbitrage at Kohl's, and I'm going to use the software Tactical Arbitrage to see if I can find any deals to help me along the way with that. Now, if I can't find anything at Tactical Arbitrage, that's not going to stop me from going to the store. But what can you do to increase the likelihood, increase the odds that you're going to find something that you can sell for a profit? Well, if you have tactical arbitrage, you should be using it for retail arbitrage as well as online. So watch what we're going to do. We're going to come over to product search. Whenever you see this where it says delete current easy bulk, and you might be wondering, what is that? What that's saying is, look down here. This already has some products, some websites, some categories already set up, and we don't want that. So we're going to go delete, and you're going to watch this disappear when you click that, because you can have up to 500 categories. So if you see that and you're like, what is this? They're telling you, hey, you're about to start a new search. You already have a store or some stores and some categories, and anything you put on here is going to add to that, so that you might have a multi-store search, and you may not want that. I don't. Now, real quick, without getting into too much, I have my cache set for 10 days. Most people would probably go 3 to 5, but I go 10 because that's going to give me quicker results. They may not be as accurate. Well, if you want to get into cache, you could read that and it would explain what that really is. In a nutshell, as everybody is doing searches, tactical arbitrage is saving a lot of that data, so that instead of having to crawl the site line by line, it can get some results much faster because other people have run searches. I'm getting ready to run a search on the site Kohl's. Yeah, but there are other people already doing searches on Kohl's. Do I want to run the same, go over the same numbers? Well, that depends because things are constantly changing, but I want some results faster. So I'm telling the system, go back 10 days worth of searches that were already done and see if you can find products that meet my criteria. A lot of those may be already expired sales or that inventory could be gone. I'm going to take the chance. Okay. And you could do a cash only search. Actually, you know what? I think I will do that. For the fastest results, you can use a cash only search feature to skip any product not already in the cache. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to do that because watch what it says. A cache only search is faster. However, it skips items not searched by other users in the period you have set and may inadvertently misuse some good deals. That's okay. I'm going to set it. Now, some of this stuff is self-explanatory. I'm not going to deal with those. If we have videos, take the lightning course part 2. We got a whole series on tactical arbitrage. We just want to get to the point where, hey, we're searching Kohl's because we're going to do some retail arbitrage at Kohl's. So what we did was we found Kohl's, and you could have did it this way. I started typing it in, but you could have just searched that way. Now you'll notice I had mine in advanced mode. If you had it in basic mode, it would look like this. Okay, and then you could see the actual images of, it's a little easier, but I would say go with the advanced because you need more control over what you're doing. Now, you want to use easy bulk. Now, you could not use easy bulk if, say, for example, you just wanted to look at clearance items or whatever. But when you use easy bulk, now you got to come over and you got to pick your categories. So let's see. I'm going to pick I'll pick their clearance. And you can expand this if you wanted to, but I'm going to take all of their clearance. I usually do their toys, so I'll take that. Oh, that's not tops, toys. And you could expand that if you wanted to get, say, clearance, whatever. I'm going to let it run all. And because I'm doing a cash only, this should run relatively quick. Storage and cleaning. Yeah, I'm going to take that as well. And you'll notice this number is getting bigger. This is how many categories you're selecting, and you can get up to 500 categories. So we're not going to get anywhere near that. I might pick one or two more. What's this sale? I'm going to look. All right, we'll click that. We'll go pet supplies. That's always good. I'll take office. Kitchen and dining is always good. Now, what I might want to do, kitchen and dining. Now we got 96 categories. We're going to add that to bulk and watch what happens over here. You go add to bulk, and now you have 96 out of 500 categories. And again, without getting into all of this, this is where you would put your sales if you had discounts, cash back, if you were using a gift card, because that's going to change things. If you have sales tax, I'm going to say remove anything with ranks over 500,000. A lot of people don't like to go that high. That's okay. You can set it how you want, but the wider you set it, the better, the more results you're going to be able to sift through.
Okay. Remove if estimated sales is less than 10. This doesn't always work, but I want to have at least 10 estimated sales per month. I want to remove third party. I don't remove oversize. I do want to remove out of stock right now. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want to look at things for research purposes. I want to have it in front of me, even if it's out of stock, because that way I make a mental note of it. The next time I see it, I'm familiar and, ooh, it's in stock. Now I know. I don't care if Amazon contains no weight, size, or data. I can figure that out. Remove if Amazon is also a seller. That doesn't bother me. And on it goes. Like I said, I'm not going to really get too deep into that. But I want to make sure I'm saying keep the data if the profit is at least $10. Keep the data if the gross return on investment is at least 30%. And you can change that. And then there's the other filters. Now, this says also show reverse search. I don't want that today. In other words, if they find a match, what if that product is at other stores as well? I'm not interested in that today. Normally, I would have that set. And so I have 8 filters applied. I'll click search. And then once I click search, now you can see up in this area, you have search in progress. And you can see how all of this begins to populate as the search goes. And there's already a product added. So we'll let that go. And we'll come back and see how things sort of shake out.
Okay, so once your search is complete, this is what it'll look like. And as you can see, they added 326 products that the software saw. Now, what I can do is I can go into my search manager, and then I can come over to completed searches, and there it is. And from here, I can view the results. And you can see I have 7 pages worth of results. So here's what we're going to do. First thing we're going to look at the those Nike shoes that I bought. Now I got 2 pair. I got a size 9 and I got a size 8.5. So I'm just going to see if I can do a quick search on that. Okay, so here they are. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at what I bought. We're going to see how we did with that. Now, when you're looking at the software, here's what you're seeing in tactical arbitrage. You're seeing the store, you're seeing the sales rank. You need that to determine, try and estimate what your monthly sales are going to be. Now, the software gave an estimate of 417 pair per month. And of course, that's across different variations. Now, this is showing a different price. This is showing our price at $70. That's not what we paid. This is showing that at the time of this search, the buy box was at $129.98. That's not the case. It's showing the average price at $112.43. And if those numbers held, you would make $32.94, 46% return on investment. That's not going to be the case, but this gave us an idea of what to look for. So watch this. With the software, I can find the product on Kohl's. We'll let that load. And at the same time, here, we can find the product on Amazon. So at Kohl's, when I was there, here's the color I got, the white and navy. I got a size 8.5. Okay. They're not showing the price until you add it to the bag. That's okay, because we got our receipt right here. We'll show that. I'll have Jim show that a little bit later. But here's the point. We're going to come over to Amazon. We're going to find the Navy. We're going to come down to a size 8.5. We're going to look at the buying options. Okay. Now this is assuming that we're going to go prime, meaning we're going to ship the product into the warehouse and then we're going to see. So this guy only has one at $89. This guy has 4 for $89. And then it jumps up to $94. Now, if we take that ASIN, let's see if we got it in there. And we come over to Inventory Lab. Yeah, we already got it in there. Here's the deal, guys. I use this software because this is helping me to determine whether or not I can make a profit. You can also use in Seller Central. Well, you can use what's called the revenue calculator, and that you get by having a seller account. Okay. We have videos that show how to do it that way, but I use Inventory Lab. Now, again, what I'm doing, I'm looking at what's going on right here. This is a size 8.5. Let's say we were going to sell it for $89. And with tax, we paid $54.57. Okay, so we would make $14.63, and that you could round up to 27%. Now, I don't have to sell it at that price, right? Of course not. We could wait, and we could sell it along with this guy for $94. If we did that, now you've made $18.88 and about 35%. So it just depends on your patience, how quick you want to turn that money. Guys, there are better deals out there than this. This is not to tell you to go out and buy a pair of Nike Air Monarch 4s. This is to just show you what you could be doing. And remember what I said at the mystery van. If you're not approved in Nike, that's not a big issue. That can be done. That can be accomplished. Okay. It's just a matter of you knowing what to do. I already mentioned how you can get that information at the mystery van. I'm not going to harp on it, but we also got those in a size 9. Okay. So let's see what happens when we change this to a size 9. Same thing. We have a suppressed buy box. There is no add to cart. Most people who shop on Amazon are familiar with the experience where you don't pick between different sellers. There's a buy box, meaning there's just a button that says add to cart, and you don't really know who's getting the sale. That's a whole nother video to talk about that. This is a suppressed buy box. So the customer is going to have to do what we just did. Click in. And if they're a Prime user, they're going to have to click Prime if they want to select someone where they can get that. Now, here we go again. This guy has 1 pair. This guy has 10 pair. I would probably jump in with him. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that ASIN. We're going to come back over here. We're going to stick that ASIN in there. And now you have the size 9. And we're going to, what did we say? We said 94. And again, we paid $54.57. And there you have it. Your $18.88, 35% return on investment. 35%, that's not bad, guys. I'm not saying that you need to do it, but just something, food for thought. Okay, let's move on to the next product. Okay, next product. Remember Remember these socks right here, these dry fits? See, I already knew before I even got to the store, I already knew I was going to check these out. That's why I used the Software Tactical Arbitrage. I knew the rank. I knew the estimated monthly sales. I knew what I should be paying in price. I knew what it was buy boxing at least at that time. I knew my gross profit should be 17. I knew the return on investment should have been 118%. Now, that may be, that may not be. But here's what I can tell you. I paid, let's see here. And Jim will probably show the receipt, but I paid $13.24 plus 6% sales tax because I'm in Pennsylvania. So I paid $14.34. Okay. Now they were on sale $13.50 online. They were on sale in the store $13.24. Saved a little bit. See, that's something else to think about, guys. Okay. Let's see. Take that ASIN. Come back over to Inventory Lab. All we're doing is evaluating, guys. Now, what you'll notice is using the software, okay, I was supposed to be looking at a large, okay. I ended up getting the medium. So then it's like, okay, oh boy, did I buy the right ones? Can I still make a profit? So what I had to do was find those mediums, which is what we got right here. Take that ASIN, stick it in Inventory Lab, and there you have it. Let's look at that product. Yeah, that's not FBA. That's the buy box. But FBA is $26.97. So basically, you could make about $452, about a 32% return on investment. Okay. Just depends on how much it's going to cost you to get it into the warehouse. So that gives you an idea of kind of how this works. Let's look at the next product, which is going to be, we'll do the Nike backpacks. Okay, so we're actually going to look at the Adidas backpack right now because the Nike backpack wasn't even on, it wasn't part of the search results using the software. But I want you to think about this for a second. I made a mental note looking at these drawstring bags because you don't know which ones are selling for the right price. Different colors sell for different prices. So what I had to do, Jim showed him that image. I had to scan the entire rack of those different drawstring bags, and they only had like certain ones in certain colors. And I almost walked away, and someone told me, you know what, just do them all. I'm right here anyway. And what I ended up with is this one. Now that's in the store. Okay, I ended up with this one. So if you can see it, that's it. Okay. Now, Jim, you can show them the line item on the receipt if you want. That's going to be the sport bags. Okay, so it's that 8598. So I paid $15.89 plus 6%. So I paid $16.84. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take that ASIN, we're gonna stick it in Inventory Lab, and let's go back and look at that. Let's look at our buying options. Rank is good on that. by the way. Looks like there's only one person. They're not FBA, and that's important. You're really not competing with them. So that's 29.17 plus 9.95. So that's how you're getting your 39.12 if you wanted to go that high with it. So 16.84 is what you paid. So you can make 12.73 and make a 75%, actually 76% return on investment. Now, if you're like me, you don't have to make that much. So you can jump in lower than this guy, you know, and move yours that much quicker. You may be happy with 50% return on investment, 30%, whatever it is, to get that money back, make that profit, and put it into some more profitable products. The faster you get that money back, the faster it's working towards your goals, right? Remember, the longer that product is sitting out there, the more it's costing you in storage fees. So you got to think about that too. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I think the software did render those shorts. So let's take a look at those. Okay, now pay attention, hustlers, because this is how this software is working. Again, I made a mental note and I saw, you know, the sales rank, the estimated monthlies, what I should have paid, what they were going for, my profit, my return on investment. You don't know what's going to be there when you get to the store. I was looking for these. Okay. Now I knew I was looking for a 3XL and I found them. I just don't remember what size I ended up getting. But the point is this, they've got different sizes. Okay. So when I got there and I got to the rack, this is what I ended up seeing. Okay. So let's take a look at the, so it looks like I don't see any rank out there. You really want, if possible, to have some sales rank, but check it out. Check it out. You're still looking at, if you look at your Keeper chart, you're still looking at 2.3 drops a month. It's going to sell. And another thing you got to remember, let's look at all of your buying options. Nobody is FBA. That's going to make a difference, guys. That's going to make a difference. Even if you jumped in where this guy is, and he only has one in stock anyway. But let's just say you jumped in where he's at. Stick that into Inventory Lab. And what did we pay for those? We paid $24.51 plus 6%. You're talking $25.98. So you get that $25.98 back plus $15.69. That's a 60% return on investment. That's not including what it's going to cost you to ship it in. But if you're thinking, oh, that rank, there's no rank, I wouldn't jump on it, or that rank's too high, blah, blah, blah. Watch last week's video. Watch last week's video where I mentioned what I bought at Walmart. Last week's video was about Target, but I mentioned a product that I bought at Walmart. Okay. And all of them sold. All of them are gone. I bought 3. They're all gone. Okay. I might get into that next video. I don't know. But don't be fooled. Sales rank is used as a tool, as a guide. It is not a guarantee. Okay. So we're going to look at the last item, which wasn't even on, it wasn't in tactical arbitrage. It was those Nike backpacks. So let's take a look at that. Okay, guys. So this is that backpack. Okay. I wasn't looking for that, but when you're walking in Kohl's, Jim, show them the image. you've got clearance aisles, you've got clearance sections. You need to be looking at those. Okay, and that's how I came across this. And what you'll see is, let's see, there's a clearance tag on that right there. And you can see that was $10 and 50 some odd cents or whatever. We're going to see if I can find the receipt. Jim, you can show the receipt on that. Okay, so that would be that 3831. We paid, what did we pay for that? $10.29 plus 6% sales tax. So we paid $10.91. Now watch what happens. We're gonna take that ASIN. We're gonna stick it over into Amazon not a Seller Central. We're gonna stick it into Inventory Lab. Now remember, if you don't have Inventory Lab, you can be using Amazon's revenue calculator. Just do a Google search that says revenue calculator, and you can do it that way. But if we come back over to the product, you've got 21 people selling this. Look at, you got a nice keeper graph showing up there. And again, this extension I'm clicking on, that comes as part of inventory. That comes as part of tactical arbitrage as well. So that right quick, you can see what the estimated monthlies. And again, those are just estimates. So we're going to look at these. We're going to filter down. All we're interested in is in prime and new. Okay. So we know we're probably going to jump in around 2285. So we'll fix that. I mean, 2286 is close enough, but and we paid 1091. See, did we make anything on that? We did all right. Before getting it into the warehouse, we'll make 490. That's 45% return on investment, and you really didn't lay out all that much money. 10, 11 bucks for a Nike bag that has some velocity, not bad. And this was something, once you get in the store, you don't know what you're gonna see. Okay. So now, everything that I have pretty much, what do I want to say? I want to say pretty much all of the items that I have, I would polybag. You're not going to send these in like this. Amazon ain't going to let you. Stuff flying around, getting dirty, getting damaged. You guys have seen my other videos. It's not that hard, man. Stick this in a poly bag. All that's just another word for a giant size Ziploc bag. That's it. Out the door. All of these. Now, something like this, I do have a shrink wrap machine. I may do it. I may not. Just depends on what I feel like. Same thing with these. I may shrink wrap them. I may just decide to throw them in a Ziploc bag. And these could go in a regular Ziploc bag, like the ones you get at Walmart. I mean, it's not that serious, guys. Now, for shoes, it's up to you. Walmart sells these rubber bands. I think they're number 34 or whatever. You can put a rubber band around this, slap the cover the barcode, out the door. What I would probably just leave this all like it is, throw it all inside of a giant Ziploc bag, put the label on the outside, gone. Now I will say this, before you send these out, I would take a picture of this, because this is going to be important in case anybody ever tries to get you on fraud. Probably won't happen, but just in case, nice to have this, because you're going to need it in case of an investigation. Shouldn't be an issue. Don't live in fear. Just telling you, only takes a second. Out the door. Now we're going to get into my numbers, but before we do that, I want to show you something. Now look, I'm going to put my finger up here to cover this, but look at, before I even left the store, let me see if I can. I just want to show you. I actually ended up with, I don't know if you can see that or not, guys, but there's Kohl's Cash, $50 in Kohl's Cash right there. $50. Guess what? The next time I go in, I'm going to be $50 to the good. And I can use these at the register when I'm doing retail arbitrage, or I can do it online. Imagine everything that I bought today minus $50. What does that mean? That's $50 more in my pocket. Here, let me show you something. We're gonna look at my account real quick. No big deal. I'm just gonna come out. Now, look at number one. I got $20.30 in rewards. That's just rewards points. That's not even Kohl's Cash. That's different. You see what I'm saying? Now, if we come in, let's see if I can get that to load. See, this isn't available until tomorrow, but that's already out there. Plus my Kohl's rewards. Okay. That's coming in next month. See, this is what I preach about. And I get to hollering and ranting and raving because this is free money. This is what's going to change the game from you. I keep telling you, it's about degrees of separation. It's not about trying to compete with other people. When you walk into Kohl's with $50, you ain't competing with nobody because now you're ahead of the game. What about going in there with $100? Watch, I got another video where I walked in with $100. It was online, but $100. I ain't competing with you. You're spending money. I'm walking in with free money. You're a professional shopper. You're not like the rest. Don't you see? You gotta, guys, you think, and then you'll have somebody saying, oh, there's no money in this. If you don't know how to think, if you ain't got your mind right, your money ain't gonna be right. Okay, so let me show you what's going on with my account. Just so you have an idea. Is first of all, today's date is April the 25th. The year is 2021. So far today, we've had looks like 12 units sell for $383.80. Over the last 7 days, 107 units sold, $2,828.81. Over 15 days, 178 units sold, $4,692.63. And our running 30-day total, 344 units for $9,322.09. Now that's going to take us back into March because we're taking today. We're going back 30 days. Today is only the 25th. So tell you what, let's jump inside a little bit deeper and watch what happens. So we're going to come on in. We're going to look at we're just going to look at this month to date. And all we're going to look at, you can see last month we did, I don't know, about 12,000, something like that. So look at, we've only done $7,788.20. I mean, we're not killing it here, guys. You can look at the graph and you can kind of see how things have been going. It hasn't been a very good month. You keep going anyway. But here's what you will notice. A lot of times people are wondering, what do I really get to keep? Because gross doesn't really mean anything, does it? Now, if we come over again, this is why I like Inventory Lab. If you look at April, and these numbers aren't completely accurate. They're rough, they're ballpark, but I give these enough, you kind of know where I'm usually at. So we had Total income $7,165.40. Everything hasn't been reconciled, so it may not match right up to the penny with Seller Central. But the profit is $2,944.78, and we roughly got about a week left in this month. So look at your expenses. You know what I'm saying? This is just in transaction fees. You had $1,000. Selling fees, you had $1,000. Cost of goods, $1,852. You know, now I'm doing better because right now lately I've been focused a little bit more in grocery and gourmet. Nice profit margins there can be. But what does that mean if you've got a total income of $7,165.40 and you roughly get to keep $2,944.78? That's not perfect. Plus, I got to pay tax on that. So just remember. But if you come over, you can go this is free, right at omnicalculator.com. And here's what you want to, you'll notice in my P&L or my profit and loss statement for the month of April, okay? In total expenses, I had $4,220.62 in total expenses. So what does that really mean? If you come over and use your Omni Calculator, there's your, this is what I invested. This is what got returned. This is what I get to keep. Another way of saying that, this is what I get to pay taxes on. And you're talking almost 70% return on investment. That's not what I typically get. But I've sort of shifted my focus, and I'm telling you, these numbers aren't completely accurate, just in the name of transparency, but I've been doing better. So a lot of times it's not so much about how much revenue you're making, it's about what you get to keep. And, you know, a great way is to start focusing on replenishables, because that's going to help you a lot. And if you can get into grocery and gourmet, again, guys, it's not hard. Anybody that's thinking, oh, I'm not approved in this, I'm not approved in that, do not think that you've hit a wall that you can't get over. I'm surprised. I have a live Zoom meeting every week with the people that are connected with me. If you're not connected, there's no way I can invite you. That's why I say, not only do you want to text the words working class hustler to the number on your screen so that you could ask me those quick questions, here's where the real magic is. You might get invited to a live Zoom meeting with like-minded people, and I'm telling you, they're smart. If you think I know something, I'm here to tell you, and I'm serious when I tell you this. I don't know nothing compared to some of the guys that are connected with me that are willing to share, I mean, priceless information. We do it every week. But you're not going to get invited if you're not connected. If you're not willing to text the words working class hustler. But you can go to Facebook and text all kind of stuff. You can go to Snapchat and text all kind of stuff. You can go to Instagram and text all kind of stuff. But you won't come to a person that might change your life and help you make some money. If you're not willing to do that, I can't help you. Okay? So there you have it on that. And again, don't forget, guys, don't forget, you've got the lightning course, you've got the lightning course part 2. I'm not going to tell you, hey, use my link in the description, for my benefit if I haven't prepared you so that you can get the most out of the software. I didn't get into it deep. We've spent enough time. I mean, I'm just yakking, and it's well into probably 40 minutes. I don't know. But, for those of you that want this, obviously it's worth it. There's no amount of time that you won't spend. Some of you guys, you're watching me and you're watching 5-6 other content creators. You guys amaze me. But watch those videos, then use the link in the description so that you could sign up for the software. And I just showed you how you can use it for retail arbitrage, not just online. But of course, I didn't show you there's some items as I was doing my search for retail arbitrage. I saw some stuff, not available in store, online only. So, you can flip-flop with your advantages and disadvantages. Some items are only available online. So that could be an advantage, okay? You need to learn how to evaluate. This whole arbitrage business is all about you understanding how to evaluate products. You're evaluating to see what is the likelihood that you can make a profit. What are the odds that it's going to sell relatively quickly. You use your tools for that. That's what we talk about. We got 2 videos that talk about the 7 steps. Okay? So, again, hustlers, leave some comments. We need to continue. We're doing great. I want to thank you all. The channel is growing. I'm not one of these big ones. I'm just a regular guy. When we're done, I got to go drive a truck. Okay? And everybody doesn't need to be rich. Everybody doesn't want a Ferrari. Everybody doesn't want a mansion. And these gurus that are constantly talking about all of this stuff, guess what? They're alienating the people who just want to be comfortable. What would an extra $3,000 a month do for you? Would it change your life? Would it make a difference? That's what I can show you. Okay? So subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video.